Hi, I'm Dr. Evan Adams. Bannock. Who doesn't love bannock? Am I right?
It's a traditional food.
Well, not really.
We've all had it at feasts, ceremonies, powwows, but what do we really know about how bannock came to be? Today, I'm here with my friends Danette and Waylon at Kawiosum Ayakayan Student Center, Capilano University campus in Vancouver. We're going to talk about bannock, and we're going to make some. Walk this way. Before European settlers arrived here, our peoples from shore to shore made bannock.
But we didn't call it bannock. It's actually a Gaelic word, Bannock. And it wasn't made with flour because we didn't have wheat here.
Indigenous peoples across the continent grew corn and camas root, among hundreds of other cultivated foods.
These starches were ground into flour, mixed with nuts, dried fruits, and fat. And we ate these foods for thousands of years. Then Europeans arrived, and a new economy based on the fur trade changed our ways of life.
The traders brought foods like flour, pork, and barley. They also brought what they called bannock.
When Canada became Canada, many nations signed treaties with the Crown. People went from having free and complete access to their traditional territories to living in small, confined places, reserves.
Life on reserves meant no access to traditional territories and no way to access the food sources we always knew.
Our people became reliant on government rations distributed by Indian agents. We had to line up for this European food: flour, sugar, lard, food that had little nutritional value and was often rotten by the time it was received. Since then, we have made wheat flour bannock part of our new traditional diet. So how do we make bannock healthier?
You could use quinoa flour, for example. Yeah.
Camas bulb flour, it's a staple food here on the West Coast.
Like this camas bulb?
Exactly like that.
This is also called the Indian hyacinth. It's a flower bulb that you can dry and grind into flour, and you can cook with it.
You have to actually figure out if it's death camas or if it's the edible camas first.
The way you can tell is the color of the flower. The purple camas is perfectly edible, but the white camas is not as poisonous.
Now, I'm gonna be making two kinds of cornmeal with my Johnny cakes. It's basically like pancakes, but with cornmeal instead. So I've got blue cornmeal here, put that in one bowl, the yellow cornmeal in the other one, some orange zest, which I find absolutely delicious.
I'm going to make baked bannock with whole grain, whole wheat flour, and oats. I'm going to take my flour mixture, dump that into the bowl, 2 cups of oats, half a cup of brown sugar.
For a nice variation and a healthy alternative to regular bannock, we can try baking our bannock. So what we have here is quinoa flour, which is a flour made from an ancient grain from South America.
The cool thing about Johnny cakes is that corn was used as a staple food throughout all of the continent, really, down to Mexico, all the way up until middle Canada, eastern Canada.
And look at my low-fat, high-protein, baked not fried quinoa bannock.
My Johnny cakes are not nearly as impressive, but still just as delicious.
And my whole grain, whole wheat oat baked bannock turned out great.
Love oat. It's nice to have some healthy options, eh?
Yeah, and it's fun to spend time in the kitchen, learn to do something new.
The best part is always digging in after, too.
Yes, let's do it.
I'm gonna take a piece of mine.
I don't even know where to start.
Different from Grandma's bannock.
A little bit drier.